of course, the best things about Seoul is that it has that city vibe, also a lot of traditional places. So when we chose to stay in Seoul, we wanted to stay in the city center because Seoul is massive. And the Han River runs through Seoul. So you can either be south of the Han River or north of the Han River. And so we chose to stay near the Myeongdong area, also a little bit off Myeongdong because Myeongdong is extremely touristy. So we wanted to stay a little off Myeongdong, but we also wanted to stay closer to the palace places. So we chose a place called Dongdaemun. So Dongdaemun Park, DDP, is where we stayed. One really wants to keep a note that close to a metro. Because Seoul being so big, you want to stay close to the metro. Here I want to just show you guys, everyone, this map of Seoul. I really like having maps because they give you a sense of the place and really explain to you how it is. And I think the metro of Seoul would equal to the Manhattan metro because it's so detailed. The metro is not just one floor, it is 3 floors of metros. So it's very extremely intense, and they have an entire city life in the metros. So you have restaurants, you have clothes shops, you have every type of shop inside the metros. And it's an entire city. When it gets cold, people are just traveling and eating within the underground city. The green line of the metro is beautiful green line along which you can stay along green line, stop at any stop, and then you can go like radiating outwards to further off places. We chose a place on the green line. Wherever you want to go, catch the green line, go to whichever stop. We could go to Gangnam, there weren't other places. Staying close to a metro is something I would highly recommend in Seoul. Because it's like difficult to figure out the metro, but everyone speaks English and you can easily do that. We were there for 4 days. The first day we went to the palace places, definitely where the Hanbok many go into the palaces. Multiple reasons. It was amazing idea. I think other countries should have that. There are 5 palaces in Seoul. If you wear a hanbok, you can enter free into those palaces. So entry is free, right? Finance-wise also, it works out. So you can wear a hanbok for about 10 whatever Korean won for the entire day at 18 Korean. And once you're wearing the hanbok, the traditional dress, women have their traditional dresses, men have their traditional dresses. The king, queen dresses were also there. Marriage, like the marriage level, very fancy clothes were also there. And you could hire whatever you, they had sizes for everyone, even extra large, like really big women, really tall men, for everyone they had clothes. And it was a great idea because the entire palace was filled with everyone wearing, those traditional, all of us added to the scenery of the place. Like all this added to the scenery of the place. Every country should have something like that, wear traditional clothes. So it's a really good idea. And then you can go to cafes, restaurants, take lots of pictures, make reels wearing your hanbok. So you tried it for the day. It was excellent. It was a really great idea. There are, of course, travel guides who will take you around in Sedong area. You get old houses, old tea houses, the very Insta-worthy cafes. We wanted to go to one of them, but the waiting at any of these fancy cafes, fancy meaning the ones which have become popular because of Instagram, is a minimum of 40 minutes. Every place had a long line. As South Korea gets more popular, how big these lines are going to be, because there were these cute people just wanting to take pictures inside these very cute cafes. So day 1 was that. Day 2, we went to Gangnam, popular because of the Gangnam song. They even have a statue of the Gangnam. You can take pictures over there. And again, something very beautiful that they've got is that they've got the music playing. Continuously, they have that Gangnam style going on. So people from all countries come and dance Gangnam style. I can take videos because it was really embarrassing. But now I think, hey, it's cool. Some songs become so popular. He represent that place. So Gangnam became popular with foreigners because of that. And of course, it has Coex Mall, which has the very, very Insta-worthy library. It has the elevators and escalators coming down. It is extremely popular with Instagram people. It has good cafes, very affordable food, and all kinds of food of South Korea you can get at the two malls which are there. That is Coex Mall and Hyundai Mall. In the evening, we went to Han River Park. So that's again something that a lot of people should know, but a lot of people don't know because it's not very touristy. But it is the most local thing that you can do. So you go to a Hangang Park, Han River Park. You can hire cycles, bikes, skates, ride around that entire place. Then you can hire a picnic mat, a picnic basket. You can buy soju and ramen and all the picnic things that you want from 7-Eleven there. You can set up a picnic at River Park. Park's name was, I think, Songpo or Geo Park. And hundreds of people are there. Like it is the best date place in South Korea. Even in super snowy winters, the Han parks become like they make snowmen, they do sleigh ride, they do all kinds of things. So it's a cultural thing. We saw people putting their TVs. They got like big screen TVs, not even small screen. They put big screen TVs and put their headphones on and got blankets and they were watching movies. Families were there, lying down, chilling. It was a wholesome day to spend an evening. And of course, you can see the skyline. It really reminds you of places like Brooklyn and Manhattan, where people love to go to the bridge, be outdoors. And of course, the next thing we went to the Namsan Tower, very iconic, very friendly. Even the bathroom has an amazing view. We went in autumn, so the colors were oranges, reds, and beautiful colors. We got pictures at the Ensol Tower. So these are memories to keep. It was absolute thing beautiful. He is 9, and the first thing I was not very sure if he'll wear the hanbok. But once he went, and we paid a little extra for him to wear the prince hanbok because I love K-dramas and I want a prince, and he really enjoyed wearing it because it was really comfortable. The other thing is the cycling, the cycle around, just going fast and having that activity. And it's not just things because kids get bored. Like just seeing things, they have beautiful malls and aquariums for kids. But we did it to the aquarium because we've been to a few aquariums. But they a lot of kids' museums and just being able to just walk around. Even in Seoul Tower, they have a lot of light and sound shows that kids can enjoy. Another thing that not just kids but everyone enjoys in South Korea is the supermarket culture. This is not seen in other countries. I've never seen it in other countries. But in K-dramas, they buy stuff at the supermarket. What we would do is that come back and we had a supermarket next to our hotel. And our hotel was a very small place. It wasn't something that we got to spend time in our rooms. So what we did is that at the supermarket, we would pick up ice creams, rice, noodles, or ramen and heat it in the microwave. They had microwaves there. You can buy ice, sausages, eggs, cooked. Just need to put microwave. Kids get their own card. Half price T-Money card, and even the metro is half price for them. They can use the T-Money card in any superstore. CU stores. It was the first time he had his own credit card of his own. So he could tap, get anything, which is very special for kids, giving them a sense of self-worth. And none of the shopkeepers say that ask your mother or where is so and so. They just accept you as a customer and they treat you as that. So it made him feel special, I think. Yeah. He wanted like, yes, I can do it. And he saved some money because he was paying half. Finally, at the last day, he had the maximum amount of money and I am so rich, I can buy whatever. And that's like a thing for kids.